Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell and join the family. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about DIDDY'S mom, Janicecombs, getting dragged following her press conference statement about her son being labeled and classified and being painted as a monster. She's not happy about these sleuths of report, and as such, she's speaking out. But come on, Miss Combs, where were you to speak out and say, you know what my son did, it was disgusting, it was repulsive, hitting on that tiny girl in that manner? Oh my God, I did not raise my son to be like this. Come on, Miss Combs, you had to have known that something was going on. There's one thing we all have learned about you is that you're not slow. As a matter of fact, we've learned that you're a very smart woman. So I don't know why it is that you think you can prey on our emotions when you did not even empathize with Diddy's baby mama, Kim Porter. Did you empathize with her? Did you? You had no empathy for these alleged victims, but now you want to prey on our emotions to have empathy for your son. I understand how she feels as a mother, but what your son is in now, you're partially to be blamed for his actions. Partially, because when you see your child being involved in something, you know what you do at the initial stages? You try to get him help. You try to get him all the help that you can. And if that fails, you keep your distance away from him. That indicates that you want nothing to do with this individual because this is not the person that you had raised. This is what you do. Those are the things you do, especially as a Black mom. You should have known better. Your son should have known better as well. But let's get into this report. It says that the local 10 news, right? So they're the ones reporting on the behalf of Janicecombs. As we know, DIDDY'S has been arrested on sex trafficking charges, human trafficking, and racketeering, with his cohorts being investigated and a list of indictment to be released early this week into next week and the coming weeks, if not months. Now, according to Fort Lauderdale-based attorney Natalie F. Figures, Combs said, that's Janicecombs, my son is not the monster they have painted him to be. No, he has to understand that his son is going to love up on her. And this is why her son, why am I saying his son? Her son is going to love upon her. And this is why DIDDY'S should have known better. You treat women as how you would like your mom to be treated. Would you like someone to be kicking and dragging your mom? No. Would you like someone to be drugging, pimping your mom? No. Would you like someone to tell your mom, go get a breast augmentation, then say, doesn't look good, remove it, Your son's action is very disgusting, and that is why people are labeling him to be a monster. You have to understand that. I'm sure she's not slow. That's something that she has to understand. But let's continue. They're saying the statement comes after Houston-based attorney announced that he was representing 120 victims of Diddy's alleged sexual assault. Combs wrote, and I quote, watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. And we don't want you to forget either. We don't want you to forget it, right? It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions. Okay, so if everything else is a lie and misconceptions, explain the Cassie Ventura tape. You see, you cannot be telling us that we are going in the wrong direction without leading us down the right path. So since we're moving in the wrong direction, can you kindly lead us to the right path? Until then, we cannot respect anything that's coming from your mouth. Again, Diddy is your son. You're going to feel compassion. This is the last thing that you want for your baby boy. And that is something that any mother can understand. However, I think it is highly disrespectful of you. You see, this is the thing. When you lack empathy for people outside of your DNA, it shows, and it is showing in her statement. She lacks empathy. She lacks remorse. She lacks kindness for people outside her DNA. I mean, the people in her community may say she's a nice individual, but think about the victims. Will the victim's mom say she's a nice individual? No, because she had to have known something, seen something, and not say anything. Because oftentimes the money is so good, it takes care of everyone. No one had a problem. Everyone acts as though, oh my God, the world is just lying on my son. I'm not saying that there aren't lies laced in the truth, but again, how can you even dismiss the evidence? And again, Janice, what if, just what if Justin Bieber was your son? How would you feel? What about Justin Bieber's mom? Have you looked at the allegations about what your son did to Justin Bieber, allegedly? Come on, woman. Like, come on. But anyway, guys, I mean, I just had to. But let us continue. Now she's saying, so she's saying that, it's agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconception without ever hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to represent his side, she added. The point is, we're not going to believe him. Remember with the Cassie before the Cassie Ventura tape, when Cassie filed the lawsuit, he said that it's not true. His lawyer said it's not true. So we saw the tape after he denounced Cassie's allegations. The tape proved that it was true. It was factual. And then he stepped back on his word and he's sorry. So the thing is, we are now wanting to believe that your son may have learned some of these narcissistic ways from you. Because if you're going to just block out everything and saying that people have no evidence about the things that they're saying, the Little Rods clip, their conclusion, we can say, okay, there are things that we might be able to dismiss, but we cannot dismiss the Cassie Ventura tape. And this is why many people are starting to go back to the hearsays about your son and starting to believe every little bit of information, especially as to where it concerns Justin Bieber, because we are looking at Justin Bieber going from a young man that looks healthy, happy, loves enjoying music, to now literally being a zombie. He cannot even be there for his child because he is fighting a mental war. He's fighting an internal war because of what he was allegedly indoctrinated in by your son. Or is it that your son is the only human being on the planet? What about Justin Bieber? Didn't you think about Justin Bieber not once before you decide to come out and make these bold, brave, heroic statements? People like you, and I say this with no apologies, people like Janicecombs are the scum of the earth. People like these, because it is so upsetting as a mother, it is so upsetting to know that we have seen clips and bits of pieces of horrible things happening to Justin Bieber, intimidation tactics around Justin Bieber declining. And you're going to tell us that we're just saying stuff without any type of evidence, any ounce of proof. The baby oil, okay, since we're lying, explain the baby oil. Explain that. Explain the narcotics. Explain the gun. Explain the other things, the tapes, hours upon hours of tapes. You see, this is a thing. This woman has lived a particular lifestyle. She has been in crime and corruption for a very long while. She has either partake or witnessed it. We know the story of Diddy'S father. So, someone like you are not someone that we could even look up to or trust to speak the truth. You have a reputation, and that's just the truth. She's talking about these lies thrown at him, motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. Listen, lady, listen. I think you should have some respect for yourself and find your way back to God, because honestly, I don't think you or your son believe there's a creator. I don't think you or your son believes that there's a higher power, because you're going to come out here and talk about your son, your son, your son, your son. What about Justin Bieber's mother? What about Justin Bieber's son? So while you're crying about your son, you best believe that people have been crying about their son for years because of your son. How do you explain that? It can't be that everyone is just making up these lies out of convenience. Come on. Come on, lady. Come on. Get a grip. You should have stayed silent, stay behind closed doors, pray for forgiveness for yourself and your son, okay? If you love your son that much, go pray to him. Don't come crying to us, okay? Because we're just observers in all of this. And our hearsay, according to you, and our lies, or the victim's lies, or the alleged victim's lies, it's not what's going to take your son down. It's going to be the actual evidence against him. So I think you have something bigger to worry about other than the lies that are being perpetrated on your son. Okay. And remember, there are other sons involved. Your son is not the only human being in this equation. If you don't have empathy for anyone else's child, I mean, why even bother speak out? What about Justin Bieber? You should be addressing Justin Bieber. You've never wished Justin Bieber anything, or maybe you have behind, closed doors, but we haven't seen it. So just as though you're bold and brave enough to come out and speak out about your son and these lies, I want you to remember Justin Bieber and the myriad of other people's sons that have fell by the wayside because of your son, allegedly, okay? Okay. Now, guys, sometimes I can see through hypocrites. Even from the words, I can see through hypocrites. I can see through narcissists. I can see through people who are caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't even think she cares about her son that much, even though she's pretending, okay? Because I see that woman as someone who's just cold, just dark and cold. My apologies if I'm wrong, but I'm not. How dare you come out here, act as though your son is the only factor in this equation? Get your ass out of here, lady. Get out of here. But anyways, the internet is dragging your ass, and she deserves it. And it's not as though people just get up and choose to, be disrespectful to you. You basically put that in their way. Your son isn't the only human being on this planet, okay? Your son has done a lot of ish. What about your son kicking that girl? Go pray about that. Go pray about Justin Bieber and the myriad allegations. Yes, some of these people, they're definitely out for money, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that your son has done numerous things that are extremely wrong, okay? No one is talking about your son's sexuality. We don't care if he loves male or female. We don't care about that. We're talking about the forcible acts that he committed against men and women, allegedly. We're talking about the crimes that he committed, allegedly. Those are our concerns, okay? So guys, enough of me, because I would drag this woman from here till tomorrow. Just sick and tired of these narcissists. But it's your time to chime in. What are your thoughts about this narcissist, delusional woman, Janicecombs' mother, coming to the public to talk about her son when she acts as though no one else's son has any feelings? It's only her son. I want to hear from you guys. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, stay safe, and talk to your sons and daughters. Tell them to stay out of trouble, and if they refuse, you turn them over to the police yourselves so that they don't have to go behind bars for a lifetime. They can do maybe 3 years, 2 years, depending on what they're in, get rehabilitated, find God, and live a better life, because there's a better way to go about doing things. Okay. So stay safe, stay blessed, and see you guys later. Bye guys.